going on, guys? Ramenlver here, bringing you another Random Topic Tuesdays. Now, I know I haven't posted a video in quite actually a long time, let alone a Random Topic Tuesday, but there's been a lot of stuff going on, and most of it's actually really good. Apparently, I'm going to be promoted to a different store, a much busier store, but I'm going to be doing bakery work, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. Hopefully, that the whole promotion transaction goes through without really much problems at all. But this week's video is actually a little bit about why I have some trust issues in general. Now, a lot of people liked my karma video when I talked about my own personal life, some things that happened, and I actually was able to make a lot of people enjoy my type of commentary. A lot of people said that they really enjoyed me bringing up some of my own problems and some situations that happened in my life, and I decided to bring up this one. Now, about a year ago, actually a year ago exactly, on the day of Super Bowl, I actually broke up with my last girlfriend, and this actually started a downhill spiral for a lot of my relationships. Because of this, I have actually incorporated a lot of trust issues, mainly towards girls. And what happened was, this girl, I'm just going to be by the name of M. M was my childhood friend. I have known her for a long time, ever since I was probably in second grade. That's how long I knew each other. She was my brother's best friend's sister, and we all knew each other really well. And in fact, the brother was actually really adamant on our relationship. He was actually very positive and was more inclined to say, "Go ahead, you like my sister, you're a good guy." And he actually promoted the relationship actually a lot for me. And he said he approved of me. That's the word. And up until for a long time, we had been dating, really about for 3 months. And during that time, I was really happy at the time. I was actually going through a little bit of a period where I was getting over this last girl who I really liked, who I had fell forward over in love with this one other girl, but that actually didn't go over really well. It actually didn't end up being her, but then eventually I wound up with her after a while, M. We had actually separated for a long time during, I believe, when I was in 5th grade. She actually moved quite far away from me, so she decided, her and her brother and the rest of her family decided to move away, and I didn't see her for a long time, up until around, I believe, 11th grade. We started dating around the end of my 12th grade year. I think we started around December, and we eventually ended up around February was when it finally ended on Super Bowl. But it was because of said reasons that some things happened where she broke up with me, but I'm not really going to go into much detail, but she did something that caused me to have a lot of trust issues, and especially because the trust issues happened from someone who I claimed to be a childhood friend. I mean, she was guaranteed a childhood friend of mine for a long time. I mean, I don't actually talk to her anymore. I mean, she actually still wanted to be friends after the whole breakup thing, but the way she affected me, she broke my heart, and it was very, very painful. I mean, and still to this day, it's been over a year, and I know that my relationships with a lot of people have suffered because of that whole fiasco. I'm very hesitant on getting close to people, just in general. I mean, I've always had that kind of problem when I was younger, and eventually it just got to the point where I had built up enough walls around my life where to let anyone in was almost a miracle on the other person's end, because of how hard I trusted people. And it was eventually I got to a point where I was opening up to a lot of people. I was lowering the walls, so it would take a lot less to get into my circle and for me to actually trust you. But ever since that whole fiasco happened with M, things just went downhill. It's very hard to trust people. It's very, very difficult to actually trust women in general, because of what they have done. There is a girl who I actually was interested in for a while, and I knew she was also interested in me, but because of what had happened, I was too scared for dedication, for trusting, because of what happened. And I was I was sad that that happened, and I know some people will argue that it's been a year, you need to get over it, But for a lot of people, it's not that easy to get over with. I know people who have been affected. I was listening to this speech that someone was talking about relationships, and if you go into a relationship and you get scarred emotionally or physically, it will affect you in some way. For a lot of people, it'll affect you years on, or a couple days, a couple weeks on, a couple months on, but some people it'll take a long time. He knew someone who in 8th grade, he was starting a relationship. I mean, in 8th grade, you really don't know what you're doing. I mean, most of the time it's just hormones and puberty going on, and so you don't really know much about relationships. However, you can still get scarred from something you really don't know from. Like, he brought up a point where someone he knew from 8th grade was so affected from a relationship that he was in, that up until his 40s he was having problems from 8th grade. So it just depends, and I know I'm trying to get over it, I really am, and I know the easiest way for a lot of guys to get over another girl, a girl, is by another girl, which was actually kind of funny, because the last girl who I was really interested in before M, I kind of really forgot about her. I left a lot of my feelings for that girl because of M, and now that M is gone, I really don't. My feelings for a lot of females have deteriorated quite a lot. I'm trying to get to a point where I can eventually start dating, because right now I know mentally I'm not ready to date. That in no way means that I'm not interested in girls, just I'm not interested in dating, because I know I'm not gay, but I'm not attracted to men. It's just I'm not attracted to dating. Just the fact that I have to trust people, which is guaranteed, because I can date if I want to. I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I mean, I could date someone if I wanted to. I'm not going to, because I'm not right mentally. I'm not mentally prepared, and I think if you go into a relationship when you're not prepared, and you know you're not prepared, you're setting yourself up for disaster. You're going to get hurt, or the other person's going to get hurt, and it's not going to end well. And because if I were to do that, and if I were to screw up a relationship, and I was to hurt the other person, I don't want the other person to end up like how I am right now. So that's how I was, because I found out M was not mentally ready for a relationship, therefore she did the things she did, and eventually that caused the downward spiral in our relationship, which eventually ended in a very, very bad breakup. And what I am right now is the after effect. But this is really it for this video, guys. I hope you guys like a little bit more of these personal videos. I know a lot of YouTubers actually don't really tend to post a lot of personal issues. They talk about like my Random Topic Tuesdays. It can be about anything, and you know what? I'm going to make it about anything, personal matters included. And this is something that I've been trying to express a lot of my concern of, because if I begin to talk a little bit more about what's going on, it seems to alleviate a lot of the stress and pressure from said relationship and said experiences from me. So hopefully this will maybe help me out, and if you guys have any of those kind of problems, notice that that's not uncommon. I'm there with you. There with you. My voice is cracking. I was talking about puberty, and that just happens to happen. But yeah, that's really it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me for so long. I know this is usually the part where I say I'm gonna go try to post some videos, but honestly, it's not gonna really happen that much. There's a lot of other things going on my plate, so if I do post up a video, yay. If I don't, well, it's just because I am doing a lot of stuff. I've been playing a lot of League of Legends lately. Haven't really touched Combat Arms that much, maybe once a week, which is kind of sad. But I've been playing a lot of League of Legends, so if you guys are interested in playing League of Legends, and you guys play League of Legends in general, make sure you add my summer name, iHeartRamen. It's all one word, so if you guys want to add that, the name will be in the description below, so you can just check that out if you guys are do feel so inclined. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and remember to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.